I haven't fixed my audio yet. I'm sorry, guys. Monsterarts Godzilla Minus One figure review. Let's do this. So here's the packaging, and honestly, it looks pretty awesome. I already kind of talked about this in my last review for Ghidorah. This is a god tier box. It looks so cool with the poster and the figure, recreating the poster. Nice logos here. Bandai, Godzilla 2023 minus one on the side here. Look at that. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. And the white. On the back we got the G. This is the window. That's just really awesome in my opinion. Some stuff about the, I believe it's I forgot his name, Yuji Sakai. That's who it is. I think it's Yuji Sakai. That. Oh boy, we'll talk about it. Nice figure. On the bottom, stuff, and then on the top, more stuff. So it's a pretty cool looking box. So let's unbox this figure and see if it's good, worth that the $200, or if it's trash. Yeah, this little Oscar winner Hollywood star makes me feel very split on whether or not I like him or hate him. So on the one hand, he's got a lot of really good stuff going for him, and then on the other hand, this figure sucks. I guess we'll just start with the details here. The details are incredible. They look literally amazing. We zoom in here, the face. From the front, the face. Let's just get the meme shot because everyone knows about it. He looks really bad from the front. Not great. Oh, that's a lovely shot. But he's got the scar everyone freaked out about because they didn't see the movie yet, including me. Nice details going down the entirety of the arms here. They got the little spikes. Every detail is captured here. Every sculpt, bump, and ridge looks just amazing. Get those Godzilla feet shot there. Yeah, now pretty much everything just looks just great, honestly. The sculpted details here are phenomenal. Even on the dorsal plates, everything is just amazing looking. It really does look great. I love the back. How you can kind of see that the little gaps in the dorsal plates and stuff. It really does just look incredible. Even on the other side here, the chest looks just, the whole thing is incredible looking figure. I really have no complaints when it comes to the sculpted details. The paint, however, it kind of looks bad, if that makes sense. So what I mean by it looks bad is, in some areas it looks really nice, but then you have other areas, say for the claws here, which have really heavy-handed paint. Like, really heavy-handed. It looks really cheap and not worth $140 or $200, depending on how much you paid for this figure. And then other areas like here right in the chest, it's very heavy-handed, just very heavy-handed paint, and the feet, like, that's just really, like, not that great looking. But then on the thighs, that looks good. But then you get, like, here, there's dirt here, and then there's no dirt there on the tail. Like, no dirt at all on the tail. So, yeah, it's the thing. And then, like, right here on the bottom, it goes here, and then it just completely cuts off. Okay. Lazy? No. Maybe lazy. But, that's it for sculpting, paint. From the front, this figure really does look like Stephen Hawking on chemotherapy, doesn't it? While going through the articulation on this figure, I might actually have a conniption because of these dorsal plates right here, which is what we're going to talk about first. For some incomprehensible reason, Bandai's designers said, hey, let's do another great idea like Mechagodzilla and put these on hinge joints. This was the worst idea of all time because they fall off incredibly easily, like with no effort. Why would you do? They're just a mess. They are a mess. Why would you do this? Why? Honestly, you're just better off removing them. I mean, but that just looks terrible. So, why would you put these all on hinge joints? You fools! They just plug right back in, and when I say plug right back in, I mean they don't actually sit there, but they do just kind of rest there. They don't really plug in. because they're weak as crap. Like, they don't, and they're kind of annoying. I just do not understand why Bandai decided to do this. Actually, yes, I do, but it's kind of dumb. So the whole point of this was to give the neck more range. If I could plug this last one in. Okay. The whole point of this was to give the neck more range, right? So you could make him look up farther, right? So when you move the neck up, the dorsal plates just kind of move out of the way. But the problem with that is, it doesn't really matter. Didn't do it on the back or anything else. It's just on the neck. Why the hell would you need to do that, man? It's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's actually so dumb. It makes me so mad. Okay, posability. Rant's over. Posability. We got a hinge at the jaw, a ball joint. It's just very limited because of the sculpt. And then a tongue. Can move up and down. Very cool. Then a ball joint at the head, but then it's limited by the sculpt. But you can look up about yay far, look down about yay far. There's a system of ball joints here, so another ball joint. Side to side, you can get a little bit of side to side. About yay far, and then you can look down very far. You can look really far down. Up, you cannot look all the way up, unfortunately, without those fucking plates popping out. God damn it. Thank you, Bandai. I love you so much. You're my favorite Godzilla toy company. Oh my god, thank you so much. Just be careful with that. Arms, ball joint there, and then there's a ball joint here at the bicep, and then another one right there at the lower bicep. And then a ball joint here. We got a barbell style joint right there. So I can see it right there. I popped the arm off, so it doesn't just pop off, but I did that. And yeah, just to show you what that looks like. So yeah, it's just a double ball joint. There we go. And then a ball joint here at the wrist. So yeah, also on mine, this wrist loves to pop off. So that can be a little frustrating. When I say a little frustrating, I mean really frustrating. It's really annoying. We got a ball joint here at the upper torso, and then a ball joint here. Be careful because these dorsal plates can collide with these other dorsal plates, and you do not want to break this figure, especially for 140 bucks. But ball joints here, ball joint here, and get the good range out of it. Ball joints here at the legs. Full 360, thank God. A ball joint here at the leg, so ball joint there. And then that's just a joint covering. And then there's a ball joint here, but it doesn't really work. And then ball joints at the toes, so that's pretty awesome. Ball joints at the toes is pretty cool. And then tail is your standard Monsterarts affair. Don't pop it off, but you're pretty much getting the Monsterarts goodness that you had expected at this point, thank God. So articulation is kind of underwhelming, just a little bit. It's not as bad as the Mecha Godzilla 2021, but it's also not as good as Final War. So it's kind of somewhere in the middle there. It's a little disappointing, but it's not that bad. Another thing I'd like to mention before I get to size comparisons is my first experience with this figure was very positive. My unboxing in the first few days I had it, but then those dorsal plates and this wrist just became so freaking annoying after a certain amount of time that I just legitimately could not take it anymore. And got so frustrated with this thing that I was like, I had originally recorded this review and it was supposed to come out a few days ago, but then I was way too positive in that review because this figure is not deserving of that positivity that I was having in the video. I mean, just look at that face. That is beautiful. From head on, it looks like crap, but from the side, it doesn't look as bad, but head on, ugh. I don't know why on camera the eyes look like crap. They don't look that bad. I'll kind of show you. But I had this figure, and I liked it for the most part. Yeah, you could kind of see that. I liked the figure for a while, but slowly over time, it just kind of became like a hassle to mess with, and I found myself messing with it less and less as time went on, because the first few days I could not let this thing go, but then I just started to mess with it less and less because it just became like a hassle to mess with. But let's get into size comparison. Here's this beautiful mug next to a Super 7 Godzilla and a Playmates 6-inch Godzilla. So you can kind of see he's basically a 6-inch Godzilla. Here he is next to Monster Arts Final Wars Godzilla and Hiya Toys Big Chunky Dorito Godzilla. Here he is next to the SH Monster Arts Kong and a Gundam high-grade model kit. So to describe my overall thoughts on this figure, I definitely don't hate it, but I cannot describe my thoughts on it as love either. I definitely did love it because of my heavy bias for Godzilla Minus One. I love that movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. And I loved the movie and the figure. I loved the figure, so of course this design definitely kind of baited me. But man, the figure itself is kind of a hassle to mess with sometimes, but it's not bad. I'm thinking 7 out of 10 because I do like Monster Arts and this is a good figure. But man, it's just some of the things like really are not doing it for me. Those dorsal plates mainly, it's the whole line basically is like one problem that will just ruin most of it. And those dorsal plates, man, they ruin handling this figure. It makes the experience really fun and turns it into a nightmare that is not fun. So, but I mean, overall, I do not hate this figure. I also did almost forget to mention my dorsal plates. One of them is chipped. That's unfortunate, but it doesn't bother me that much. So, but I mean, like quality, I mean, $140. The overall figure is like a 7 out of 10, but for the price that I paid for it and the price that most people are paying for this, over $100, absolutely not. This figure is like a 3. But if you can look past the price, the figure is like a 7. But if you can't look past that price, like this thing is a 3. It's really the drasticness of it. I can look past the price a little bit, so I'll give it like a 7 or 6. But if you can't look past that price, you're looking at a 3 out of 10 figure because, my God, for the price, this thing is not worth it. No accessories, underwhelming articulation, paint that can be splotchy in certain areas, joints that pop off too easily, those spikes that just suck, and a poor face. Like, yeah, no, you're looking at a 3 out of 10 figure. Unless you can look past all those problems and look past the, what's it called? The price. Hopefully I'll cut that yawn out of the video. Okay. Yeah. So if you can look past all that, the figure's not too bad. But if you can't, this figure sucks. Don't buy it. I mean, you can't buy it. It's sold out everywhere anyway. So yeah. That's been Ben X for this video. This figure's fine. It's whatever. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And my next figure will be SH Monster Arts Mecha King Ghidorah, because I've been holding that video off for a really long time, but yeah, that'll be my next review. See you guys in the next video. Peace.